Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Up the Score. Today I'm here with my co-host Shock. Say what's up, Shock.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you,
Man, I'm
Mar?
doing good. I'm doing good. The Giants doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, let's dive right
Yeah.
into it. What you think about the game last night? Monday Night Football, Rams versus 49ers.
I thought that the Rams are showing that they're not going to be the same team they were last year. If they're going to want to repeat or to potentially repeat, they're going to have to figure some things out for real. Like they're not they're not the class anymore, and they gotta prove it again. So
If you don't think the Rams are the team they were last year, who do you think gonna take their spot?
in the NFC as a contender, or just as the NFL in general,
NFC, like who are your contenders in the NFC?
I would say I would say
Yeah, like
I would say the Cowboys, actually. I would say the Cowboys because their defense is playing so well and they're winning games without their starting quarterback.
all right.
I know some people are so high on Cooper Rush, but I really feel like it's the
They're not high
defense.
on them. It's just Dallas drama. They the NFL team. You gotta talk about them somehow.
But it just feels different this year. I think, they got Micah now, and he's in his second year, and the defense is playing so well, and Trayvon Diggs looking
Trayvon,
like
yeah, he
the
he,
actual best corner.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I said that before the show. He been looking like the best corner this year, and that's cool to see because last year, I didn't even think he was top 10. Like I was really like not a fan of how he would play, but now he plays in phase and he plays out of phase. So it's kind of like he can manipulate the quarterback now. Cause like when he would always jump for picks, they would know that he's gonna do that. It will be predictable. Now it's not predictable. So he been playing amazing. But we got a
yeah,
little off topic. The Rams versus the 49ers. It ended up being a 9-24 score. Debo had a nice game. I wanted to talk about Matthew Stafford. He hasn't been looking good this year. I don't know if it's his thumb, but before the season, I was kind of low on him already. So it's like
yeah,
I just don't know with Matthew Stafford. A player I wanted to shout out was Hufanga. Troy Pal. I'm gonna call him Mini Palomalu. He got like Palomalu cut. And then during the broadcast they were saying that he trains with Troy Palomalu, which is kind of cool. All right,
yeah, and he was going crazy last night. So
he's
I
all
don't
over the
know.
field. And then Stafford. Matter of fact, I'm not done talking about Stafford. It was like two. He threw a pick six. In the next possession, he threw another one that was dropped by Fred Warner. And I believe earlier in the game, he threw some duck thing too. I was like, yo, like he's not a top 10 quarterback. All right, I'm not. He's just not a top 10 quarterback.
Man,
All right, what
I've
you?
always I've always been kind of high on Stafford, but just seeing what he was doing with the Lions and then come to the Rams winning the Bowl his first year. But yeah, so far, I mean, 1,000 yards, 6 interceptions though, and only 4 touchdowns is like,
What's his passer rating?
let's look. Passer rating is
Is
an
it?
81, so 20 down from last season. So yeah, he's not top 10 right now. He's not playing like a top 10 quarterback this season for sure.
All right, so we got the Colts versus the Broncos Thursday night football. That's a little
Yeah,
bit. That's kind of not. That's kind of a disappointing game. The Colts Broncos.
yeah. I wish Peyton Manning was playing
Who you for which team?
either.
Both, honestly, because I don't want to watch. I want to watch Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan duke it out, man. Because Russell Wilson kind of been looking better though. But who you got for the Colts Broncos? Dang, I didn't even think about this one. Honestly,
Is Jonathan Taylor injured?
yeah, I think so. I think
I
so.
got the Broncos.
If Jonathan Taylor is not injured though, the Broncos' run defense is pathetic, bruh. If Jonathan Taylor is playing, Colts is my pick. If not, I got the Broncos. We finna ride Broncos country. Let's ride. Hey, we
I got the
got.
Broncos. I got the Broncos for
Hey,
sure.
before we end the episode, we got to say it at the same time.
Say what?
Broncos country. Let's ride.
I can't say that. I'm a Steelers fan. Can't say that. You could just say, what is it? Giants. What is it? Giants what?
Man, I'm not, bro. I don't want that corny behind thing associated with my team, bro. Man, I'm doing that to mimic them. I do
How
not want
about
that.
you say it and I'll hype you up?
Man, Broncos country.
Let's go.
Let's ride. Not go. Let's ride. What about the Chiefs Bucks? What you think about that game?
Chiefs Bucks. I was hyped because the Bucks. I wish that Super Bowl where Mahomes played Brady, it would have been more competitive, like it was when Mahomes played Brady in his in like one of the last games.
The conference championship game against the Patriots.
Yeah, it wasn't the last. It wasn't. It was right before his last season, but it was like one of his last times that he like could have potentially won a bowl with the Patriots. And I wish it was more competitive like that. So Mahomes came into this game and kind of gave it back to him. So it was pretty cool.
Mahomes played great. Mahomes should be the who's leading the league in MVP odds right now? Should it be Mahomes or Hurts?
I think it isn't it. Oh, odds?
Yeah.
I think. Let's see. It is Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, then
Mahomes,
Mahomes,
they did just play
then
the
Lamar,
Ravens.
then Jalen Hurts.
They did just play the
Herbert.
Ravens. Yeah. Okay. I can see
Bruh,
that.
Matt Stafford is still 6th. That's kind of wild.
That's just like the narrative around him. He's apparently a good quarterback. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. But I also want to talk about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I like how the run game is with him this year, and then the Chiefs O-line has been dominant, and I understand why they let Tyreek Hill go for the O-line. This O-line been playing amazing, and Orlando Brown wants a new extension, which would be what he want to be the highest paid left tackle. He want to get paid more than Trent Williams. That's all I know. And I feel like the Super Bowl has to be a this year thing for the Chiefs because I find it hard to bring back Orlando Brown on a $25 million per year deal. We already paying so much money to that O-line. And then the year after you give him that, you're going to have to retain Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. I don't think... we talk about the future. I'm getting too into the future. But right now, this O-line has been amazing. The run game has been amazing. And the Buccaneers, I'm not worried about them at all. Mike Evans had a great game, but I'm worried about Chris Godwin a little bit. I just, every time I watch the Bucs play, he's on the floor somehow. Like, I got him on my fantasy. Maybe it's just every time he's on the floor, he's different. Man, it was on the goal line. I just saw the man laying on his back with, like, his leg, like, on his back. I was like, ain't no way, man. But either way, what you think about,
Well, hold on. Well, I had something I wanted to say about the Chiefs, too.
What's up?
And I was thinking, first, when they made the trade with Tyreek, I thought, wow, like, they just got so much for him. And, I know Tyreek's incredible, but, like, the thing is Tyreek he's going to be 30 a couple years or whatever. I think he's 28 or 29 or something. And they got all these picks, and I don't know. I just want to say I really liked that move, and I feel like the Chiefs are proving it correct because, I mean, Mahomes is the most important part, and just protecting him I think is more important than any one receiver.
Yeah. It's a win-win trade.
It's very exciting for me to see that just as like a fan of Mahomes because I just want to see him do as good as he can. I think he's the only player right now that has a legitimate shot to be the GOAT one day. So
yeah, I understand what you mean, but trading Tyreek Hill was a win-win scenario because we see what it's doing for Tua with his development, and Mahomes, he doesn't really. It's like I realize teams when they have a quarterback being paid that much, they tell him, "Yo, you gotta carry more responsibility now." Like Aaron Rodgers, you want to get paid, you can't have Devontae Adams no more. Like you know that, right? Tom Brady, like on the Patriots, You want this defense, you want this O-line, you can't have you got to lose something. You can't have every single thing. Like, you can't expect the front office to be perfect. And that formula of having a bunch of mid receivers, it actually been working pretty well. Cause what's the point of having a special receiver with a terrible O-line? It's like you're not even gonna have enough time to get it to them. But either way,
Yeah, I agree. That's why I think the Chiefs, they totally won that trade, in my opinion. I mean,
I don't think they won though. I think it was bro. If Tua would have been keep on playing, Tyreek would have been going crazy. He still is.
That's great, but like, if the Dolphins aren't a legitimate contender this year, like if they continue how they've been playing for the rest of, and when Tua comes back, prayers for him, because I don't know what's going on with him. If he, comes back soon.
Hope Tua doing good.
If they prove to be a legitimate contender with Tyreek for not just this season, but like beyond it, then yeah, I would say that the trade would be like kind of equal. But as far as the Chiefs, I just think they totally just hit a home run with that trade, in my opinion. I mean, they drafted Tyreek in like the 4th round, developed him, won a bowl with him, and then just traded him for picks. I mean, I think it's totally good for the Chiefs.
The reason I feel like it's a win-win is because the Tyreek Hill trade is more than just being contenders. It's developing Tua. Like, you gotta get. They got Tua a new offensive coordinator who's been looking great. They got him a new weapons. They got him everything. And then even when Tyreek Hill regresses, Jalen Waddle takes that role. They are very similar play styles. Jalen Waddle takes that role, and Tyreek Hill was there to help develop Tua. But
yeah,
Tua has to be there for him to get developed. Hopefully, he doing good. Matter of fact, let's talk about that game right now. What was it? The Dolphins versus Bengals. That was on Thursday. You remember any of that game?
Yes. That's an unfortunate game for me. I mean, first of all, I'm a Steelers fan, so the Bengals winning and us not winning is not great for us. But unfortunate mostly because of what happened with Tua.
It looked scary.
It's very sad. I mean, just very sad. You don't ever want to see that. I feel like there's a lot of people upset with the concussion protocol and all that and how they handled it a week before and then what that led to this week. I kind of have to agree. I mean, he's playing on a short week, and they kind of fast-tracked his comeback from a concussion, and now he has this major concussion. It's really bad.
I seen that they updated the concussion protocol already. They may change it to it like 2 days after. I forgot what they did though. I think if you have a short week after like being concussed, you can't play. Oh, this is what it was. If you have a questionable concussion, you can't play. Like, you see how like for Tua,
short week.
You see how
anything.
Like no, you can't come back in the game. Like, no matter what. Like, you see how like with Tua, it was a question. Like, if he was like concussed or not. Even if it's a question, they can't come back in.
I mean, I guess that's all right.
I mean,
but
because
he was fine in that game. It wasn't about that. It was like they had all this. The thing that is my thing is like, I mean, he wasn't fine, because if he would have taken that hit that he took against the Bengals in that game, probably the same thing would have happened.
Yeah.
But the thing that really upsets me is he probably wasn't fine after that game, but like they just kind of let it go because he came back. I think that they should have been more extensive after the game to like completely make sure that he would be fine to suit back up. My thing is the amount of time they had. They had so much time between that game and the next game. During the game, if it's questionable and he's like, I want to go back in, and they can't determine that it's definitely a concussion, it's like, all right, that makes sense, because it's like they're in live action. But they have all these days of time to make sure that he's okay, and then they let him play. It's just, I don't know.
You got to remember who you're talking about. You're talking about the Dolphins, though. The past couple months, the Dolphins been having a lot of investigations. They had a Brian Flores thing. They had the Tom Brady, Sean Payton thing. They got some other picks removed. Now they got the Tua thing. The Dolphins, they've been looking like they want to win by any means, no matter what it is. Right? The Dolphins just, I don't know, man. They gotta play with the rules better. It look like they keep trying to stretch the rules, bend the rules, and that's gonna bite you if you keep doing that. What about the
Yeah, well,
Bengals?
what's up?
What about the Bengals? You got any opinions on them? Anything you want to share?
I mean, I picked them to not do great this year, and then they didn't have a great start. What I just didn't expect was the other teams to be doing so bad in the AFC North as well. But the Bengals, I mean, they're showing. I feel like they're showing that last year wasn't just a a fluke, but at the same time they're showing that they're not like
They're
really.
not. Yeah.
They're not like a Super Bowl contender lock every season type of team. So I mean,
Like
good
they're
for them to
80% of
bounce
what they
back.
were
They bounce
last year.
back. You know, they're
You heard me?
bouncing back. They're 2-2.
You heard me? I said they're
What?
like 80% of what they was last year.
80%? I mean, I would say more like 70. But we might be splitting hairs.
I seen a post about it while I was watching the game. I was kind of thinking it. I seen a post on it. Is T Higgins the actual wide receiver number one? Like T Higgins, he gets the most targets, catches, and everything. Like Jamar Chase, he's just like an explosive deep threat. But at the same time, Zach Taylor shouldn't have a job. Is that the Bengals?
Head coach?
Yeah.
You don't like him?
Nah, bro, he's terrible.
Mm.
Wow. He's terrible. Like he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's like now that he made that Super Bowl run, like when they were in the Super Bowl, and I was watching the game, all I was like during the game, I was just thinking, this man Zach Taylor's gonna get an extension. I feel bad, bro. Like he doesn't know he's doing that well. It's like he knows, but he doesn't know. I don't know how to explain it.
That's interesting.
Watch.
I thought he was a good coach because I feel like he helped this offense become what it is.
No. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. He has all those weapons. It's like he almost can't mess up, and he's messing up.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, it's still professional football. He still had to prepare these guys to play.
Yeah, but almost every single one of those guys are elite at their positions.
I like T. Higgins. He's like a tight end body playing wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Like Tyler Boyd is one of the best slots. Chase is one of the best receivers. Period. Higgins is one of the better receivers. Mixon is one of the better running backs. Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks. It's like he if he calls slants 10 times, they're getting open at least 4. Like they're getting more than 4, but at least 4. Cause it's just he doesn't have to do that much. Either way,
they got a really good defense too. I mean, they should be better than 2-2.
The defense is coached great though.
Like I said, they're bouncing back. I mean, I can't really understand them losing to us in week 1, and I can't really understand them losing to the Cowboys either. But
hey, it's Well, I understand them losing to the Cowboys. Zach Taylor had a terrible blocking scheme. I don't know why Michael Parsons is coming off the edge unprotected, but either way. What do you think about the?
Against us, they turned the ball over. I don't know how many times. Only lost by 3. So
I remember that game. I remember that. That was the first game of the season.
Yeah, we started Mitch. I mean, and I'm not gonna be a Mitch hater, but I'm just saying like he's not Kenny Pickett. So
what is Kenny Pickett?
Better.
Kenny Pickett is better. Matter of fact, let's go to that game. The Steelers versus the Jets. What is your first opinions on Kenny Pickett?
I love him. I think he's great. I think Kenny Pickett is a rookie, but he's got the it factor. And I have not seen that out of a quarterback aside from Ben from my Steelers.
I mean, what other quarterbacks have you had besides Ben in a while? Like y'all are.
I've had since what I can remember. Okay, I've had to watch. What I can remember specifically watching, kind of more like through adult eyes, not as a kid. What I can remember watching is Landry Jones at quarterback. I can remember watching Mason Rudolph at quarterback, Josh Dobbs at quarterback, Duck Hodges at quarterback.
But those is mainly because like
at quarterback.
Those was like when Big Ben was hurt and stuff.
I know, but I'm talking about not just spelling him for a half a game or something. I'm talking about I've watched these guys for games. Maybe not Josh Dobbs, but all those other guys I've watched for games. And I've also watched them spell, which I watched Kenny do.
Spell.
Play only a half. I'm just saying, bro, he came in and he just looked like he didn't look like a backup quarterback. He looked like he's ready. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it better than that.
He just looked confident.
Passed
He
the
looked
eye
confident.
test for me. You know?
Like he looked confident in himself when he was throwing.
Oh, for sure. He looked confident, looked like he was not afraid, looked like he was trying to not only, not only not make mistakes, but just do things to help us win too. And
I didn't watch that. I ain't gonna lie.
like I was saying, he had 3 picks. One was on a Hail Mary, one was on a drop pass. Another one was just a bad decision, a rookie mistake. But aside from that, he rushed for 2 touchdowns. The 3 interceptions were his only incompletions, and he passed for 120 yards.
Ooh,
and a
those
half.
was his only incompletions? What did he throw for?
10 for 13, 120 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
Okay, Kenny, I see you. That's actually solid. Oh, we was talking about how Kenny Pickett has a bunch of confidence. I wanted to ask about someone who I feel like lacked confidence in Devin Bush. How has he been playing this year?
Devin Bush.
Like, I used to I like him, but like he hasn't been nothing special. And I don't watch the Steelers, so that's why I'm asking you.
I will say this. He has looked the best he's looked since his injury. Does he look as good as he was before he tore his ACL? He does not. Not even close still. But I feel like this is the best he's looked since. So
I just want to ask about Devin Bush real quick. Because, if you played, Madden 20, Devin Bush was a... Man, it's just Madden 20 just made me like watching, like, sometimes your favorite players on the game, you just watch them closer in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he used to be decent, and I watched like 2 Steelers games, and he just looked irrelevant. Like, I don't know.
Oh, he was our green dot, heart of our defense, kind of middle linebacker, and then he tore his ACL, and our defense really struggled after we lost him that season. We were undefeated with him as that guy. That was the year we went 11-0. We were undefeated with him, and our defense was looking like a top 3 defense. And then after that, it was kind of like we were just piecing together wins. But anyway, in the game against the Jets, he was our tackle leader.
He was your leading tackler?
6 tackles, but yeah, leading tackler.
That's cool. And before we start recording, you had some high thoughts about Minkah, how you should show them. Like you were saying that if y'all had some more wins, he'd be probably number 1 defensive player of the year.
I don't know about number 1 because I don't know how everyone is doing specifically. Like I have to check Micah's specific stats. Also, I think Alex Highsmith has 5.5 sacks, so you could probably maybe consider him too. But Minkah has 3 picks and at least 1 pick 6. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
What are your opinions on Zach Wilson?
I liked it. I like how elusive he is with his feet.
The word "like" should not come out. Your word. The word "like" should not come out your mouth when I bring up Zach Wilson. But I do like that. He's elusive. He keeps his eyes downfield. He's trying to make a play with his arm first. His play style is similar to Mahomes. I mean, he's not like Mahomes. He's not nearly as good, but he plays similarly. So, he's all right. Me personally,
yeah.
How I pick my fantasy defenses, I see what defense is playing the Jets and the Bears. Whichever one is the better defense, I'm picking up because those 2 quarterbacks may not have a job next season.
You think that Zach Wilson might not have a job?
Bruh. Zach Wilson hasn't shown me nothing. Like he hasn't had like a multiple games where he flashed ability to play like Davis Mills has so far. Trevor Lawrence has. Who else? Mac Jones has. Justin Fields and Zach Wilson are the only 2 guys that are healthy and haven't done that yet. Justin Fields, I understand his situation is terrible. Zach Wilson actually has a solid situation. He has no excuse to me like to not at least be decent. Joe Flacco what was he? Third in the NFL in like yards and stuff. He was one of the better quarterbacks in the league, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was one of the better playing quarterbacks in the league. And now when Zach Wilson comes, it's a different offense. They don't pass as much. They trust in the running game more. They're not passing as much. It's like even the coaches don't trust him. But it's like they have to. You understand? They have to play him. But
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this one interception he threw against where Cam Sutton made an incredible play. He kind of broke off of his man coverage assignment and came back and kind of jammed up the crosser to get the interception. But I feel like if I don't know if that's like on the receiver or Zach, like what if the receiver just ran the route that had Sutton covering him on it too deep, and then or what if the crosser ran the crosser too shallow? Like I just feel like I don't know. I feel like Zach is.
It's not just this game though. It's ever since last season. That's what it is. Like ever since he hasn't shown me nothing in the. It's like you don't get that much time.
I don't think I've watched him enough to really know, but just from this game, like when it was clutch time, like we ended up losing when we should have not. He led 2 touchdown drives on the last 2 drives of the game to win. I mean, that says something to me. So.
All right.
Big throws, bro. That last drive that he had, he was 5 for 5 for 57 yards and led it down to the game-winning touchdown. So
if he I'm not saying that he's gonna be terrible, but like soon as he starts playing good, I would love for him to play good because I actually like how the Jets are building, and I've always liked their defense for some reason. Like it's nothing. I just like Sauce Gardner. Them adding Sauce Gardner make me like him even more though. How's Carl Lawson been?
He had a sack against. He had a sack against the Steelers.
All right, that's cool. I like the Jets. I don't know what I like about them, but I just always am high on the Jets in the offseason, and I always get disappointed. But
I love Sauce Gardner. I think he's probably their best player on defense. It's really good.
Yeah, Sauce has been playing good so far. All right, what you think about the Patriots versus the Packers?
That was cool. I really liked the Patriots gave them a really hard time trying to win.
Did you see the delay of game thing?
I did not.
What happened was on the game tying touchdown to go to overtime, the Patriots got a delay of game that wasn't called, and it's like it was just kind of like controversial. I don't know if it exactly was a delay of game, but game clock did hit 0 on our screens. It hit 0 and it was there for like 2 seconds. But maybe I'm hoping the referees knew that the clock was messed up or something. If not, that was a huge L by the Patriots, and if the Packers would have lost, that would have been all over. But either way, I wanted to talk about Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, he was looking like the Packers are going to rely on their run game this year, which I kind of predicted coming into the season. Him and A.J. Dillon, that's like a little lightning thunder. Like, the little lightning thunder. Kind of like it. Yeah. Alan Lazard also played really well. Oh, you got any? You didn't really watch the game?
I like the guy Romeo Dobbs. I like him. He looks good to me. I mean, I know he was more low-key, but he got the touchdown. Also, the Packers and the Patriots both were just running the ball really well, just as units. Yeah, so that was cool. I just think the fact that the Patriots only lost by 3. I know what you said about the delay of game thing, but regardless, even if they don't score, and it was still a very close game.
Yeah.
Bailey Zapp, shout out to Bailey Zapp. I mean, this guy is not college-wise. They were saying he's not used to this offense, basically. I mean, I know he's had a whole offseason, but he's not used to this type of offense on a year-to-year basis. came in and I thought he played pretty well. So
Hey, that man Bailey Zapp gonna be the next Tom Brady, man. You know he's on the Patriots. That means he's the next Tom Brady.
you think they're gonna start him instead of Brian Hoyer if Hoyer's not serious?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You may as well. He played decent against the Packers defense, which I think is elite. Ooh, Rashad Gary. Could you check the box score on how Rashad Gary did? Like, did he have any sacks that game?
2 sacks.
He had 2?
Rashawn Gary had 2 sacks.
I was just about to talk about how he's been doing good this year too. That's crazy. Yeah, Rashawn Gary. I understand why they let go of Zadarius Smith. He has taken over that role as the number 1 pass rusher next to Kenny Clark, and that's cool. But
No doubt.
You got anything else you want to say about that game?
I mean, to me, it's like the Packers probably should have won by more. So that's something they should,
Do you think they figure out their receiver situation? Like, do you think they end up trading for a receiver? Like, would you?
Depends what they'd have to give up, but I think they should take a long, hard look at it because they might be one like solid receiver away from.
They're Brandon Cooks away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because run game, like you said, looks really good. Aaron Rodgers, we know who he is, and their defense is nice. So it's really just wide receiver.
Brandon Cooks, I would love to see him on like a team like the Packers, but we all know that's not gonna happen.
That would be good though. I mean, why do the Texans need him?
For no reason.
Yeah,
But they gave him an extension though recently, like before the season started. I don't know. Either way, what you think about the Broncos Raiders?
I mean, I thought the Raiders were gonna win. I liked the Raiders coming into the season. I mean, I liked all of the teams in that division coming into the season. Now I'm just like not really feeling the Broncos.
I feel like I would have picked the Broncos for this game, even though I don't like the Broncos.
You went with the Broncos. I mean, I like the Raiders. I mean, they were 0-3. They knew that if they lose this game, it's basically the playoffs for them.
Yeah.
Already. So
you seen Javonte Williams tore his ACL?
No, that is very unfortunate.
Yeah, he's out for the season. He tore his ACL and LCL, something like that. He's done for the season, and now they got to rely on shitty Melvin Gordon. I'm sorry for my profanity. Melvin Gordon, man.
Got a fumbling problem, huh?
Why do the Broncos not understand? No one else wants Melvin Gordon. Maybe that says something.
Melvin Gordon has 3-point yards per carry average this season, a touchdown, and 4 fumbles.
4 fumbles?
Yeah, he's fumbled in every game.
Oh, all right. He got to go, man. All right. I knew he hasn't been playing good.
I don't know how you get the opportunity to fumble in 4 games.
In a row. If I'm the coach, me personally, you're done. You're done. I'm like, if I was a coach, I feel like I'll be a player's coach. Nah, you're done. Fumble every game. I could rely on you to fumble every game.
He's not gonna fumble next game though.
Hold on. Let me. Who do they?
I'm just saying, there's no way he can fumble 5 games in a row. There's no way.
All right, you'll be shocked. All right. What about Russell Wilson? This was his first game where he actually looked like Russell Wilson. Who was it? Who caught KJ Hamler? KJ Hamler caught a big play out from Russ, and it was nice to see Russ finally get a play in with that terrible coach. Another terrible coach. Whenever I think a team got a terrible coach, I gotta point it. I gotta tell you. So like, if you ever watch the games, you could like look for that a little more. Yeah. Nathaniel Hackett, he out of all of the coaches, he's the worst.
In what? The NFL?
Yeah, he's been the worst one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just stupidity. Like, or I wouldn't say stupidity. It's just he doesn't know better. This is his first time coaching, I believe. I don't know, unless he coached a long time ago.
Russ's stats are not impressive.
They're not. Yeah, I believe. The Broncos.
If it wasn't for 980 yards, those would be like a game worth of stats for him. You know, not impressive.
It's because they same time as much as it. I understand. I understand what it is. It's Nathaniel. All right, let me explain it. Nathaniel Hackett, right? He runs that Kyle Shanahan type of offense, right? Which is a bunch of crossers and plays up the middle of the field, right? Like, crossers, slants. That's how Kyle Shanahan, like, they play the medium game. Russell Wilson is not tall enough to throw crossers all game. He's just not. Like he can't see over the center. Like, Russell Wilson never throws in the middle of the field. So Nathaniel Hackett, who already is a rookie coach, he has to adapt to Russell Wilson not being able to play to the scheme that he wants to play. And now Russell Wilson, he's an outside the numbers guy because, that's where he can see on the field the best, and he's real good at throwing over there. But Nathaniel Hackett doesn't really call plays over there, so I don't know. It's not just Nathaniel. It's a Russ and Nathaniel thing. They got to figure it out however that goes. But every offensive coordinator Russ has never meshed with him well.
I think Russ sounds like he would do well with the Steelers offensive coordinator.
Oh, he likes a lot of outside of numbers plays?
Yeah. I mean, that's basically where the Steelers are throwing, and deep, and then very short, then kind of like misdirection and rollouts and stuff,
That's not Russ' fault, though. They need to – if I could watch Russ play and see that, why can't NFL owners see that in NFL, like, GMs? I don't understand.
I don't know. They should have given him a coach that fit his style.
And they gave him a crazy contract extension. Hey, clap it up for Russ, man. What was it? $300 million? Hey, I'm happy for you, man. Either way.
No, but I'm gonna look it up right now.
Russ has made some of. If you look at the most
$296 million.
If you look at the richest, like, most guaranteed contracts, most guaranteed money made in the NFL ever, Russ got to be top 5. I feel like I always see him with a crazy number of money.
Oh yeah, I think so. For sure.
Yeah, Russ is living life. That's all I know.
Second most in NFL history.
Russ?
Touchdown passes in his first 10 seasons.
I ain't gonna say he ain't earned it, though. Hey, Broncos country, let's ride. Shot.
Yes.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Hey, Steelers Nation, let's ride.
Let's ride. What you think about the Cardinals versus the Panthers?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. It just seems like that's a game the Cardinals should win. But you know what? I do have something. That guy, Luvu, I think his name is. He was menacing Kyler for a couple plays there. He picked him up and threw him like a chair or something. And then the very next play, he picked sixes. I'm just like, bro, this man.
I don't know who that is.
Here. That was a great little sequence. That guy has got to get more respect because that was dope. I mean, I know Kyler's little, but he picked him up and just threw him like a sack of potatoes.
I was just saying that whenever I don't like a coach, I'm gonna start naming it. I don't like neither one of these coaches, Cliff or Matt Rule. Matt Rule will lose his job next week. But if he is an NFL coach by next week. If he is an NFL coach next week, I got to do something. Like,
I mean, yeah, they have a good defense. I don't know. They're kind of
nah, bro.
They're chalked.
Matt Rule will not be a coach.
Frankie Louvu, bro. Frankie Louvu, 6 tackles, a pick 6, and a Kyler potato throw.
Kyler pancake. How you spell his name? What position does he play?
Frankie Louvu is like linebacker. Like linebacker, Frankie Louvu.
All right, I'm gonna look out for him next time.
He was a Jet before?
That kind of sounds familiar. All right, man. Frankie Louisville, shot likes you, man. You play well. You play well. Either way, I want to talk about Baker. Ain't you was kind of high on Baker this coming into the season?
Was.
Why you said was like what you think about him now?
You know, it is what it is, bro.
It is what it is.
I was thinking Baker's gonna come in and win. I'm not gonna lie.
Comeback player?
I picked them to win the division. I thought that the Panthers were gonna win the division. Thought Bucks were gonna be a wild card, and Baker was gonna shock some people. But
nah, bro. I don't know what you was on when you did that, but Baker's he's not a good quarterback. He really isn't. Honestly, give me Daniel Jones. Like, I'd rather Daniel Jones than Baker Mayfield.
So, yeah, I think I'd probably agree at this point. I mean, Baker is 2 years removed from a good season.
You know what? We're gonna come back to that.
Agree.
You heard me? Baker.
What?
I'm gonna come back to that when we wrapping it up with Baker. But I want to get to the other games. All right, what about the Bills Ravens? I didn't keep up with this game at all, but I saw J.K. Dobbins had a nice little game. Was that his first? J.K. Dobbins had a nice little first game back, which is cool to see.
Yeah. The Bills Ravens game though is just very set. I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, so we all know, but I just, as far as the Ravens go, I feel bad for the Ravens fans. I mean, they come out, they're smoking the Bills. They were like up 20-3. They were up 20-3.
Whose fault is that? Like, is that the offense or the defense? Because they ended the game with 20 points.
They went for it on fourth down instead of just going up by 6, because I guess they thought, well, Josh is going to go down and get a touchdown and beat us by 1 anyway. But, like, why? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that decision. I feel like, hey, man, you guys haven't scored for a long time. He doesn't have that much time. Just ask your defense to get one stop. You know, that's one stop. Yeah. They cannot get a touchdown on this one drive. That's all you need to get your defense to do.
Analytics has been killing John Harbaugh. Like,
who?
John Harbaugh, right? This name? The Ravens?
Yeah.
Analytics fourth quarter go for it. It's been killing him, man. Like, he doesn't know what to do. Last year, how many games did they lose because of that? Like, they would either be able to play for overtime with Lamar Jackson against freaking Zach Wilson, but they'll be like, nah, let's go for the game, man. Let's win
the game.
Well, let's win the game. It's like, it sounds nice. Like, it sounds cool. Like, let's go win the game, man. But like, dang, bro, you keep losing. Like, go to overtime or something, man. You can have that same speech in overtime.
It's good to be aggressive, but the thing is
it's good to win games.
It's good to win games. I know, but like as far as winning goes, it's good to be aggressive, but if your opponent is not as good as you, it's better. I feel like it's better to be patient and just trust your talent and trust your execution and win on your terms, because you know that you're probably going to out-talent them. And if they end up getting lucky, they end up winning anyway. Well, but you end up knowing that, hey, at least we played it and had faith in our talent, and we didn't try to just win it at one time, you know, like
he's getting
with
greedy.
one play. So,
hey, man, it is what it is. That's how they've been playing. Hopefully he sticks to his guns. I hope he keeps playing like that. So I know, like, that's really what he want to do. Because, like, if he changes his game plan and starts playing scared and stuff, I think he's done. Like,
that's the problem. That's the problem, because when you start doing that aggressive, let's just win.
Yeah.
Bet on us. The problem is you can't really come back from that, because if you come back from that and say, no, we weren't smart now, that just comes off as you're playing scared.
Yeah, and it comes back to your players, because, like, imagine every time it's 4th and 1, on the 1, 20-30, 20-23, and you tell Lamar Jackson, after telling him for a whole 2 years, I trust you, let's kick it. Like, you ruin his confidence now. And it's like, he acts like he doesn't have Justin Tucker. Like I don't get it, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it'd be one thing if going into the offseason they say, hey, we haven't won a bowl. We're going to switch up our philosophy and we're going to be playing a little bit more trusting in our defense. So we're going to be a little bit less aggressive on fourth downs. It'd be one thing if he comes to Lamar and says that in the offseason,
Yeah, but
but kind of
mid-season,
switching up in the middle of the season, yeah, I agree. It would be like, oh, okay, so you just don't, like
yeah.
what? You know?
Let's talk about the Jags Eagles. I wanted to talk about Trevor Lawrence again, looking really well. And the Jaguars receivers been looking great this year. Like they overpaid for Christian Kirk, but look, we're not gonna talk about that really. We're gonna talk about if they winning or losing. No one wants to go to Jacksonville. Like, why did no one had any incentive to go to Jacksonville except money? And then they gave them what they wanted. They got what Brandon Sheriff, who his problem was health. So like, we're gonna see how that goes. But that run game with James Robinson been looking good because they've been running behind Brandon Sheriff a lot, and then Christian Kirk been getting it open. The Jaguars look. I don't want to overreact, but I'm just happy to see they putting effort into building around Trevor Lawrence. That's all it is. Their defense been looking amazing too, though. They probably got the two players leading for defensive rookie of the year on the same squad, or not. Trayvon Walker. I don't know about Trayvon Walker, but I know that linebacker been playing amazing. What, Devin Lloyd, I believe.
Great picks. I mean, I love the Jags, how they were looking preseason, and I still love the Jags and how they're looking because I was thinking, hey, Trevor Lawrence might have had a bad rookie season, but he had a really weird coaching situation.
Worst
So I
coach
felt
of
like
all
he was
time.
going to come in and really, take advantage of that second year and play well. And I think they are one of the better 2-2 teams. I feel like they definitely could have been 3-1. I feel like the reason why they may have lost is because they have a lot of talented pass rushers, but they're young. And so they got that big lead. They got that big lead. They go up 14-0. And then the Jaguars pass rushers are probably like, oh, we can pin our ears back and get after Hurts all game. So they got to probably maybe get in that pass rushing mode.
The
And Miles
Eagles
Sanders
also,
ends up gashing them to come back.
yeah, yeah. The Eagles
But
also got an elite offensive line too.
I feel like that's true. But I feel like if these Jags were a little bit more experienced, there's no way they lost that game.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. The Jags getting
the
better.
defender.
The Jags getting
So,
better though. It's nice to see that. I also want to talk
and
about AJ Brown.
that's against an undefeated team too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Jags are good, I think.
yeah. That Jalen Hurts AJ Brown connection been looking really nice too, and I like it.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is actually decent at spreading the ball and keeping all the receivers happy. Like last week, Devontae Smith ate Gobert, Dallas Gobert. You know what I'm saying, bro. He
Dallas Goedert.
yeah, yeah. He consistently plays good, and then AJ Brown went off again 2 days ago, which is nice to see. It's not easy keeping that many talented weapons happy. It's just not. And Hurts is doing that. Hurts is running the ball amazing. He ain't throw the ball as well as he was prior games, but the Jaguars got a nice secondary. Who do they have? They have Shaquille Griffin. The Jaguars is actually pretty decent, man.
They definitely made life challenging for Jalen and said, Miles, you have to beat us. And he did. So,
Hey, kudos to them. And Nick Sirianni been playing really well. Not playing, but calling plays really well too. What about the Cowboys versus the football team? I'm not calling them the other name, the football team.
I'll say it's the Commanders.
You see how you like laughing saying that name, bro?
I'm laughing because you're funny. Anyway, the Cowboys defense is just very impressive to me. Carson Wentz struggled, and Cooper Rush continues to impress. So that's good for the Cowboys. And I'm very excited if Dak can come back, get fully healthy, rehab mentally too, because he's been off, so he's got football's intense, so that mental rehab is part of it as well. Get back, get the rust off, the cobwebs out after a week or two. I'm really excited to see how well this Cowboy plays when Dak is fully back. So
Cowboys got the best playing defense in the league so far. They haven't allowed 20 points once this whole season. So far.
Might be the Bills though. It's definitely between the Cowboys and the Bills.
Bro, the Cowboys have Trayvon, who has been playing like the best corner. They have Micah Parsons, who's playing like the best pass rusher. And they have Dan Quinn, who's really good at like scheming up the plays and stuff. And DeMarcus Lawrence, he's also really good. It's like they've been like the best defense. They got those special players and they got a bunch of decent players around them. You understand what I mean? It's like Myles Garrett. If he had just decent players around him, he would be so much better. So, and then now, this year he got kind of decent players around him. But when someone is that good, they don't need someone special all the time. Sometimes they just need like it's people that don't suck. You understand?
Oh, for sure. I think they're definitely in the contention for it. I just think that I think it's between the Bills and the Cowboys.
Yeah, Bills. I can't be mad at that though, because when Tre'Davious White comes back, it might beat them. But they lost both their safeties, so.
Are they going to be out against Kenny?
Hyde is out for the season.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, Hyde is out for the season. Poyer, I don't know. Poyer's out for a couple weeks though.
Well, if all of their best players on defense can just take a game off, just like Kenny, chill out, and, have a good time, feel good about that.
Carson Wentz, he.
Because Kenny's first game has to be against the Bills. It's pretty rough.
It's not gonna be that rough though. They three best players on their secondary is hurt right now. They have 3 stars on the secondary in White, Poyer, and Hyde, and all 3 of them are hurt.
They also have, but the other reason why I say that is because they have a good scheme.
Yeah.
It's gonna be challenging. We have to go up against Josh Allen. Our defense is kind of struggling right now without TJ, and Kenny's gotta
put up points because Josh Allen is.
But you know what?
What?
Kenny might be better than Josh Allen one day. You never know.
All right, let's get into the Chargers Texans. Austin Eckler was on one. Austin Eckler had him an amazing game. What you think about that? Hey, could you check when Keenan Allen comes back?
Chargers, Texans. I will check when Keenan Allen comes back. Austin Eckler, solid game. Definitely nice with the 2 touchdowns. Justin, what I really like about that game is Justin.
Yeah, he was looking healthy. That's the main thing I like. I don't even care about
Damian Pierce too. Hey, might win Rookie of the Year.
I haven't, bruh. This week fantasy, I had Eckler and Damian Pierce just going crazy. Like, yes, sir. Keep doing y'all thing, man. Keep doing it, man. Austin Eckler, I think he had 3 touchdowns. He might have had like 1 receiving.
Keenan Allen's day-to-day, by the way.
Day-to-day. All right. How many touchdowns did Eckler have? I think it was 3, man.
Oh, I don't know. Did he ever receive one?
Probably.
Okay.
He did?
Yeah, 3.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So he total had over 100 yards receiving and rushing, 3 touchdowns. So, yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah,
really good game.
I remember Eckler was on one. And Mike Williams also had him a nice game. Because, when Herbert is healthy, Mike Williams is getting the ball there. Because Mike Williams doesn't really get a lot of separation. So when Herbert just bullets it there, it's like he's just big. He's a big body. He just jumps over people. He just dunks on everyone, which is cool to see. And
it's another tight end's body at receiver.
Basically, I don't got too much to say about this game though. The Chargers defense has been kind of like not what I thought it would be, but
they won a game they were supposed to, and I'm glad that Herbert looked like he had a clean stat line. So
yeah, but they running defense hasn't been. They still had the same problem with their run defense. Like it's been disappointing, and that.
Hey, so let me ask you, because of Damian Pierce. If the Texans end up going 0-16, they're probably going to draft Bryce Young. Probably because I don't know. They really believe Davis Mills
Nah,
is
they got the number one pick. They drafted Bryce Young.
Yeah, so Damian Pierce though, but he may continue this like put up crazy stats. But if the Steelers with Pickens and Pickett end up actually having like a winning record, do you think that that's going to mean that it's going to be really hard for Damian to win Rookie of the Year?
Those awards are so like quarterback driven. What are the Steelers' record? What is the Steelers' record right now?
We're 1-3. So if we
1-3?
were to make the playoffs with Kenny, that means he would have to win probably like 9 games.
What about Chris Olave? I feel like Chris Olave so far should be the favorite, but
he had a 150-yard game.
Yeah,
he only had 1 touchdown, 335, 1 touchdown.
Olave has been it's consistency. I feel like Pickett got the keys too late unless he makes the playoffs. Like he has to make the playoffs. But
Okay.
Olave's going for 1,000 yards this year. So like him winning it would not be nothing crazy. He's getting 1,000 yards this year. 100%. He's at least getting 8 touchdowns and 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I don't know about the touchdowns, but I agree with you on the yards.
Yeah, Olave's been impressive. Either way, let's talk about the Browns Falcons. The Browns disappointed once again. You know, maybe they deserve it for what they decision at quarterback, honestly.
Right. The Browns, they had the game won. I don't know. They just Browns are strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand either. This is second time this year they lost a game that they won, which is kind of funny to say. Like
they should be 4-0.
There's 2 games that they won this year and lost. So they're 2-2 right now. Yeah, yes. They should be 4-0. That's I don't understand what that is. Nick Chubb, the running game has been great. Brissett didn't play really that well though, but he's a backup quarterback. You can't just expect him to. You scored 20 points with a backup.
Every one of their games has been decided by a touchdown or less, aside from the Steelers game, which we tried a lateral thing and they got the fumble for a touchdown on the last play. So it was going to be a touchdown or less. That's kind of nuts.
When they get Deshaun Watson, if Deshaun plays like Deshaun could play, Browns will go into week 4 and change the NFL. But that's if Deshaun plays how he's capable of playing. The Browns is a real good team. They got a legit wide receiver 1. They got a legit run game, O-line, defense. They just missing a quarterback. They even got a cool tight end, David Njoku. He's been playing not solid. But, we're going to see with the Browns.
I like Brissett, though.
Yeah. He's not bad. He's one of the better backups.
They shouldn't have lost that game.
I want to talk about Kyle Pitts and how, they don't use him. They drafted him 4th overall.
Freiermuth is better.
Who?
Pat Freiermuth.
He honestly, so far in his career, he has been. But I think Pitts is more talented, though. It's just...
yeah.
It's just how they're used. If Pitts was on the Steelers, man, that would be crazy.
It would be.
Who did they take over?
Freiermuth, so.
All right, Pitts. That went Pitts, Chase, Waddle, Horn.
What?
Horn. I'm talking about the draft order. Horn, Surtain, and Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
Did they make a mistake drafting Pitts?
Yeah. I mean, Surtain's there. Jamar Chase is
Penny
there.
Sewell. Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, great old linemen are there.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like the most important thing to do is build the O-line, and then you get to your quarterback, and then boom, you're good.
And if they wanted a tight end that bad, because it seems like they really wanted a tight end, they could have got Freiermuth on the top of the second round.
Second round, yep. We got him for an absolute steal. Where we got Freiermuth was that was the best tight end pick of that draft. Yeah. So
I don't
He's
know,
supposed to
man.
be a top 10 tight end too. So
He's on that trajectory. He is on that trajectory. He's been playing really well.
the thing is though, is Pitts has the potential to be the best tight end.
Yeah, he does.
So
He does. But
yeah.
it's just potential. And would you rather have the best tight end in the league or a top 10 tight end and a top 5 tackle?
Oh, that's easy. I'd rather have Frymouth in the tackle.
Yeah. All right.
That's easy.
All right. What you think? Ooh, the Bears versus the Giants. Did you keep up with that game at all?
I did not, but I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yeah, Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll is. It's like every time I watch the Giants game, I be saying a lot. I be like, "Yo, I'm watching. That's a play." Like I just watched someone.
Why did Tyrod throw an interception?
I don't remember, but Daniel Jones did get hurt.
That's tough.
Yeah,
Daniel was running. He was running.
Yeah,
2 touchdowns.
I don't think he's gonna play next week, or if he's decided yet. But Daniel Jones, I don't remember what happened. I didn't really keep up with the game all the way. I was watching highlights for it, but Barkley.
You know what? Y'all should have gotten. Mitch should have gone to the Giants.
Trubisky.
Yeah, Mitch should have gone to the Giants. And I like Mitch, but I'm glad Kenny's a starter now. But I'm not trying to go be down on Mitch or whatever. But Mitch should have gone to the Giants because Dayball and him were good on the Bills.
Nah.
And
it was questioning him if he was gonna be the backup though. Like the Giants had a meeting with him in the offseason to be the backup, but he went and took the starting position in Pittsburgh.
And we got the best quarterback in the draft. So I mean,
the best quarterback in the draft is crazy to say. I mean, you might be technically right. You may be, bro. Did Bailey Zapp get drafted this year? All right, we know who the best quarterback in this draft is, right?
Kenny Pickett.
Bailey Zapp. Bailey Zapp. The next Tom Brady. But Barkley, I love seeing him be healthy this year. And before the season started, I was telling you that the year after the ACL injury is when the players come back. Like Chris, that's why I told you I'm kind of scared with Chris Godwin because he's fresh off ACL and Michael Gallup. I'm also scared about Michael Gallup when he comes back.
Yeah.
Next season, I trust him. But it's hard to come back from an ACL and play NFL football. Like you getting tackled hard. They dogging you in the league, so it's not easy.
Yep.
How did Lex? Bro, what am I blanking on, man? I'm tired. Bro, how did Dexter Lawrence. Oh my goodness. What was so hard for me to get that out my tongue? Dexter Lawrence had he had 3 sacks last game. 3 sacks, looking like Aaron Donald. That's crazy. And I also want to talk about Justin Fields and free. I just wanted to say something real quick. Free you. Like, I hope you get out of jail. Hope you leave that place. They don't even want you over there. Free you, man. I feel like Justin Fields is way too talented to be on Chicago. I seen a graph, like those little pie charts. Yeah. It showed you the worst O-line this year, like the percentages. He only not pressured on 20% of his passes.
Wow.
And while he has that, he has the worst wide receiver separation. So like he literally can't do nothing. He has the worst O-line and the worst receivers.
Bro's playing Madden with the worst receivers, and all people have to do is call man blitz.
Bro got a bunch of 86 speed receivers with a terrible O-line. It's sad. It really is.
You know what? You guys should make a trade for Justin Fields.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking when he loses his job, right? Like, cause I don't think he's gonna be there next year. They're gonna have a high pick and draft a quarterback, right? Daniel Jones, I wonder what goes on there. I don't know the Giants quarterback situation next year because if they win too many games, they're not gonna have a high enough pick to get Bryce Young. But if they win 7 games, I feel like they're still gonna want better and at least give Daniel Jones a competition. I was thinking about maybe Justin Fields as a competition, but like y'all traded out of the pick that got Justin Fields. Does that make sense? Like, why, if they wanted Justin Fields and believed in him, they would have just got him there. But it's also a new regime. It's a whole new coaching staff. But I don't think the Giants would get Justin Fields. Just because of the fact that they traded pick 10, which became Justin Fields.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is just a strange quarterback.
Dayball been getting the most out of him, though. Because he's been calling a bunch of, like, read options and giving him options. Like, he's letting him run around more. That you got to unlock that for Daniel Jones because he's really fast. He's a good runner of the ball. And he's
a good runner.
Yeah, he's a good runner and an okay passer.
Yeah, he is. But people want to say that more about Lamar than him, which is crazy.
Bro, Lamar hate is crazy. Lamar hate is crazy. Like,
it's crazy.
He threw 2 picks last game against this defense that everyone's been hyping up. Everyone's just saying, oh my God, the Bills defense is so crazy good. Lamar throws 2 picks against them. Oh my God. He sucks. Lamar
is so bad. Never should have won MVP.
The other weeks.
So goofy.
He maybe threw 10 touchdowns and had 1 pick. No one says anything. As soon as he has 1 bad game, it's because Lamar suck. Like, I don't understand the Lamar hate, but that some players just get that hate. And Lamar's just one of them. All right, we got 3 games left. We got the Titans versus the Colts. I have nothing to say about this, but besides their running backs, Taylor, what are you doing? And Henry, I like what you're doing. That's all I can say. Derrick Henry's bouncing back. He's coming back to Derrick Henry. And Jonathan Taylor, I don't know what you're doing, and you ended up getting hurt, Jonathan. So hopefully you get well soon. But a bunch of fantasy owners gotta be mad, man. Cause wasn't he like the number 1 overall pick in most leagues?
Probably 20 carries for 42 yards, no touchdowns.
He hasn't been playing good the whole season.
What happened, bro?
Maybe
he had a massive season last year.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
It was 1 season though, so it's like, me personally, I didn't think he was gonna be the best running back this year. It was 1 season. Like, I gotta see it again.
Yep.
You got any thoughts about it?
Derrick Henry is the Iron Man, though.
Yeah.
We love Derrick Henry.
You got any opinions on this game?
I think the Colts are the worst team. I think the Titans are gonna finish second in the division, and just makes sense. So,
who they finishing behind?
Jags.
All right, I just wanted to hear you say that. All right, you got the Jags winning that division now.
Jags, Titans, Colts, Texans.
All right. What about the Lions versus Seahawks?
That is so cool because I love the fact that Geno Smith is actually like balling out.
You know who else is balling out?
What's up?
Jared Goff.
No.
Jared Goff. Bro, who was his number 1 receiver? Josh Reynolds? And he had like 200 yards?
I mean, he is. 4 touchdowns. It's pretty impressive. But TJ Hawkinson was his best.
Oh, my goodness. And they also had a wide receiver who had a crazy good game, probably. No? Like Josh Reynolds?
Josh Reynolds, 7 for 81 and a touchdown. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's good. All right. Ain't crazy good, but that's
Rashad Penny.
I don't really trust him. He's like a
7 carries for 151 and 2 touchdowns, 8.9 average.
Whoa. 7 carries for 151?
And 2 touchdowns.
What the heck?
Geno threw only 7 incompletions, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, that's crazy.
15 more yards on the ground. Geno's snapping.
The Lions offensive coordinator is going to get him a job next year. That defense, though, is terrible. Have the Lions allowed 30 points every game this season? I feel like every time I see the Lions, it's a 30 to 35 game. Like, I've never seen the Lions not allow 30 points.
Let me check.
I feel like 30 points is giving up every game, man.
Lions. Yes. 27 to the Commanders, 28 to the Vikings. Yeah, they're giving up a lot of points.
Yeah, they give up points every single game, man. Every
Who's
single
their
game is
DC,
true.
bro?
What you said?
Who's their DC?
I have no idea. He won't be there for long, so he won't gotta. He won't be there for long, man.
Aaron Glenn.
I don't know about him. I wanted to also
Struggling.
talk about how the Lions. Do you think they can make the playoffs? Because last game they didn't have DeAndre Swift, they didn't have DJ Chark, they didn't have Jamison Williams, who they haven't had yet, and they scoring a lot of points, man. It's like, is that defense that bad that they're going to hold them back?
Let's see. They are
Yeah, what's their record?
1-3.
Never mind.
I don't think they're gonna make
Yeah,
the
never
playoffs.
mind. Never mind.
I mean,
I don't even talk about it anymore. No.
hey, yo, offseason though, Lamar to the Lions. I like that a lot.
More to the Lions. Yeah, all right. That would actually, dang. That would actually be heat. What?
What?
Dang. All right. Hey, what? I wonder. Dang. Now you saying that? All right. So, do you think the Lions get 7 wins?
No.
You don't.
No. I just looked at their schedule. No, I do not.
I wonder what their quarterback situation is next season. I wonder what, because the Lions, if they get them a good quarterback, they could go up really, really quick.
I could see them winning 6 games, and if they add Lamar, they'll be a contender probably.
Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown, that's the other receiver. I
like him.
Yeah, it was another receiver that was hurt. I forgot. All right, now we down to the last game. The Saints versus the Vikings. This was a 9:30 game in London. A lot of people started Alvin Kamara. I was people, man. I think you were people too, right?
I was people.
Oh my God, man. Alvin Kamara killing, man. And
Andy Dalton.
He won the starting job, I think. I think they're gonna replace Jameis with him.
What's up with Jameis?
I don't know, but he's just hurt. And it's like the Saints, I feel like they're not. Let me see. Either way, he wasn't really playing that well.
Andy Dalton, bro. I used to love watching the Steelers play him. Sorry, Andy. Hey, my man's looking clean.
Who,
My man's looking clean. Yes, Andy Dalton's looking clean in this. In these Saints threads. Oh my gosh. Man should have been a Saint his whole career.
Nah. He wasn't on the Bengals? Bruh, the orange with the orange hair was clean, man. That boy was red for real.
It's too much.
Too much. It matched.
It's too much.
She.
Nah, I like Andy Dalton a lot. I just hate the Bengals so much. I hate the Bengals so much.
Why do you hate them when they're not good though? Like, they're not even a threat.
You know how many years I had to watch the Bengals intentionally trying to injure our players?
And they got y'all real good with
Antonio, Le'Veon Bell, and insult to injury, Ryan Shazier getting getting paralyzed,
head trauma.
Not permanently, but temporarily paralyzed was against the Bengals. It's just I do not like the Bengals. It's not the same team now. They have different coaching. They have different management. They have different a roster construction. But I'll never forget that time
It's
period.
funny
They
how
kept
like
running every single time we played them. Vontez Burfict would literally try to injure players, and every single time we played them, they keep running him out. They keep running him out. It's just nah,
it's
bro.
funny how like you bring up you feel like they will hurt people on purpose, and now Andy Dalton is on the team that proven like they had a whole scandal about that, right? Didn't Sean Payne get suspended for a whole year on the Saints for
Yeah, but
like
that's me being biased
I
because
know
I
I
had to
know I
watch
know.
them injure my
I'm just saying
guys. You
it's
know,
funny how
like
you bring that up, and now he's on the team that actually got caught doing it.
and see when that was going on, I was too young to
Understand?
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like that's how emotionally connected I was to those games though. When I was watching Vontez Burfict, literally like he would tackle Bell and go out of his way to like squeeze his knee. You know,
Yeah, I
ugh,
know what
like
you mean. I know exactly
that's
what you mean.
cringe, bro.
I know exactly what you mean. And like, do they? I feel like people who do that got no respect for themselves, bro.
It's cringe.
Like
It's
you
cringe.
on TV, your kids watching you, and you over there trying to hurt people. Like, bro, all right, man. That's
Yeah,
just corny.
because you know when you do that, you're taking money away from their family. Because when you hurt when you intentionally give someone a serious injury, like you're not just trying to
Win.
like
You're not trying to.
dominate
Yeah.
them. Like, yeah, I understand. Give them some bumps and bruises because you really messed them up, like a dog fight or whatever. Like when you're trying to intentionally give them serious injuries that will not allow the rest of the season, you're putting them at odds with signing contracts with that franchise, and you're taking money out of that family's like life
And
for
with Antonio
life.
Brown,
It's awful, bro.
Antonio Brown, it was a life altering injury. He gave the man head trauma. He got CTE,
Yes.
man. Like Antonio Brown is walking CTE, like, and
Yeah, I mean Antonio Brown is just he's just a different type of person.
yeah,
But
you seen
I
that
love
thing?
AB.
You seen
I
that
love
last
AB.
week?
I love AB,
You seen what AB was doing in the pool last week?
bruh. That man's hilarious. He needs to chill out with that and sign with the Steelers again.
Bro, it
That's
didn't
what
even
I
look
think.
like those people. Those people weren't even mad though. Like I saw like other photos and like it was like people like going thumbs up next to him while he doing that and it's like they know it's not his fault though. Like I hate when people see Antonio Brown do stuff.
I think some of them were fine. I don't know. I watched the video. I think the uncomfortable, which makes me kind of uncomfortable about that. Like that's kind of weird. Not okay, but yeah. I still he thinks he needs to stop doing stuff like that and
Yeah,
just kind
he
of
do need to start though. He
call
do
up
need
Mike
to.
Tomlin, bro. Be like, yo, what's up?
I seen he posted Tom Brady's wife and posted worldwide like saying that he you feel me he was getting jiggy with Tom Brady's wife and then he did live with Tom Brady. So like I wonder how that's going. Ain't Tom Brady and his wife like divorced recently or something?
Yes, they're about to get divorced. So maybe
If AB would really admit us doing stuff like that, that's insane, bro. If
bruh.
AB did that, he's low key a messed up person because Tom Brady sat there, brought you into his home, got you your. Is that his only ring? Yeah, that's AB's only ring.
That's his only ring.
He gave him an opportunity to play in the NFL again. If he's just gonna go there and fuck his wife, oh my god, man. Same time
I
though,
mean,
it's whatever, man. That's his
we don't we
wife.
don't know we don't know if that really happened.
Yeah, but like he posted it, like he posted worldwide and they getting divorced and stuff. But I'm just saying, if that happened, that's insane.
Dude, Tom Brady must hate that man.
Yeah,
Think about it.
bro.
Because he posted that. They don't follow each other on Instagram, I think. Like they haven't for a while. And he just commented, he just put it and said, put that shit on. Like, his little phrase.
Bro, you gotta understand. Imagine like you bring someone and you and your wife home, right? He loses his job. You get him one. He needs extra money. You throw him. You remember that game? Antonio Brown was like getting hella yards to like get him his fully guaranteed. You doing everything you can for this man to keep him happy, and he comes home and fucks your wife, bro.
Well, that's not guaranteed. But Might have.
No, I'm talking about like incentives, like he had to get a certain amount of touchdowns. And
No,
Tom
I'm
Brady,
saying it's not guaranteed he did anything with Giselle, but I'm
yeah,
just
but I'm
saying
saying
like
like he the way he's posting like he did, but
he could be capping.
yeah, I don't know nothing though. I'm just saying, imagine if just the
Imagine,
thought of it,
yeah. I
yeah, just the
mean,
thought of
yeah.
it.
AB, if he did that, he is seriously like he is grimy on all different levels.
Before we end off the episode, we was talking about Baker Mayfield earlier, and I said
Yeah.
I feel like he's better than Daniel Jones. I want to ask you a couple other names. Do you think Baker Mayfield is better than right now? Would you
Better
have
than, better
Jimmy
than who?
Baker Mayfield? Like I'm gonna ask you a couple names. So would you
Oh,
have
okay. Yeah.
Garoppolo or Mayfield?
For just this week or this season?
This whatever. Would you rather have Garoppolo or Mayfield?
Oh, Garoppolo for sure.
And why would your opinion change on just this season or week? Like would the answer still be the same?
Because I'd have to look specifically at the stats, but overall, I know Garoppolo.
All right. Would you rather have Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston or Mayfield?
Ooh, that's a better one. Uh, rather have Mayfield. Sorry.
What about Geno Smith?
Right now, this season, Gino for sure. I'd rather have Gino.
Jacoby Brissett? We agreed that the Browns been looking like they could have been a 4-0 team, but they just had some bull going on.
In the defense, I think. It was the Jets game, it was the defense. So I don't know what it was with the Falcons. I mean, yeah, the Falcons, it's the defense too, because they go ahead and the defense lets them come back. Yeah, no, I would rather have Winston. It's
No,
not
Brissett,
I mean, not
you mean?
Winston. I'd rather have Brissett. It's not Brissett's fault that they're not 4-0. If the defense was playing correctly in those two games, they would be 4-0 with Brissett. I like Brissett. Jacoby's playing really well this season. He's better than Mayfield.
We should do like a mid season ranking, so on like positions. What about Jared Goff? You still thinking? Oh, you like Mayfield, man.
I'm low on Goff.
Bruh, it's Goff.
This season has got to be Goff. Yeah.
What about, and then I'm going to ask you one more. Davis Mills. Matter of fact, I got one more after this. Davis Mills.
I think Mayfield over Mills.
Mayfield. All right. And Zach Wilson. This is the level Baker Mayfield is on.
Oh, this one's hard. No, this one's hard. Like, I take Zach Wilson.
All right. And I know I said this is the last one, but this is the last one. Marcus Mariota.
Who?
Marcus Mariota. Mariota. That came off your tongue easy.
Yeah, I just love Mariota.
So it's a little bit of biasness in those answers.
That's definitely biased. I haven't looked at I need to look at his stats, but I love Marcus Mariota. I gotta say Mayfield. I mean, if I'm being honest, but I love Mariota. Yeah, Mariota's stats are horrible, bro. I had no idea he had a season where he passed for 26-9. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. Mariota used to be cool, but he's been in the league for a while now.
I like Mariota a lot, but I'll take Baker.
All right.
Have to.
All right. That's gonna wrap it up for this week's show. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be uploading on Wednesdays and Saturdays, I believe, and We'll see how it goes. All right. Hope you all enjoy it.